Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning, I am so grateful and thankful for you guys. Thank you so much. For those of you guys who are new, I am an intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use the tarot to communicate messages from spirit. We will be taking a look at your connection with the person on your mind, and we'll be taking a look at the dynamic, a detailed dynamic between both of you guys, and then we'll pull the tarot and see a little bit about what the future holds in that connection. Okay, so it'll be like a you versus them approach, side by side, and I pre-picked the oracle cards just to save time, but we will be shuffling the tarot. We'll also be doing some charms and a music card for you and your person. So take a look at these three piles. We have lots to get through. I plan on being as detailed as I can, but I do like to keep these videos fairly short. But take a look. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3. The timestamps will be down below, so choose your pile. Feel free to pause the video if you're drawn to more than one pile. Could certainly be resonating with multiple energies or past energies or future energies of this connection. So yeah, just pick whatever you are intuitively guided to pick. And again, if you are unprepared to hear these messages, then maybe come back to this video when you are more open, or you know, there's lots of other videos online that might be more in tune with your energy. So pause the video, take a pick, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 1. If you pick pile 1, then this will be your reading. We'll be taking a look at a detailed look at you and your person and the dynamics between you two, and then we'll pull the tarot to take a look at future energies coming in. Now, I did pre-shuffle the oracle cards. I have not looked at them. We will also be looking at a music card that best, I guess, connects to you and your person, and we'll be pulling charms as well. So lots to get through. Now, you could resonate with either the left or the right side, so I'm just going to refer to you as the left person, or I guess the energy is coming up on the left-hand side. Okay, but you can certainly be resonating with the right, so just kind of keep that in mind. Also, you might be mirroring your person, so could very well be similarities between the piles, and completely sound like your energy. All right, so I don't like that there, so I'm going to do this. Okay. This is the music card I'll put to the side for now. So this is your person's energy here. Oh yeah, we have 2 cards coming out here. Let's just shuffle that over. Okay. And now, actually, I'm going to do a little switcheroo here till it feels comfortable to me. Okay, sorry guys. Normally when I shuffle the cards, I can kind of feel it a little bit more, but because I pulled these, I just want to feel what feels comfortable to me. Okay, let's see that this is all in frame. All right, so we have person A, I guess, and person B. Let me take a look at the energy, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so I'm getting definitely that you and your person have been drawn together on a spiritual level, but I'm seeing 2 different types of spirituality. So it could very well be that someone might be a little bit more open and unorthodox in their spirituality, where someone's a little more maybe structured. more maybe religious, but they are highly spiritual as well. But there is this connection with you and your person. So person A seems to be a lot more into maybe ethereal type philosophies, and yeah, they seem to be a little bit more into the mystic, whereas even though we have the mystic here, I feel like the person on the right might be a little bit more structured in their approach to spirituality. Okay, now I feel like person, now this I'll just refer to as, I guess, you. Yeah, we'll refer to you as this person here, but you tend to be a little bit more black and white, even though you are open to spirituality. It's kind of this energy of knowing what it is that your purpose here on earth is, and being open to all the possibilities that might exist, and not shutting things down, but being very highly perceptive in areas that you feel connected to, and you almost feel like there is this inner connectedness to everything, and kind of like almost everything's happening for a reason, and you're highly in tune with synchronicities. And I also feel like this is a lot more of a watery type energy, but I also feel like you'd be the type of person to shut something down that is bringing in anything that lowers your vibration, anything that seems to not be along the path of what you are expecting or wanting. You can certainly shut down that energy. And I just feel like, yeah, like your main mission really is in what it is that you have to learn, and what it is that you have to provide in this lifetime. And I feel like this is why your person is very drawn to you, because your person seems to be understanding that they're spiritual, but they're also hanging on to ways of being that maybe really limited them in how they've perceived things. And before meeting you, I think they felt as though their spirituality was experienced on a very deep level, but they recognize that not only have they been looking from kind of more of a closed off lens, but that there is this whole other side to spirituality that they've never really considered or have been quite open to. And I think they're very intrigued. They're also really intrigued by your energy to be so determined and focused. And yeah, they're really intrigued by your drive, but also by the unknown of the limitless potential that they now see through you. And I feel like that your person is fairly wise. Like, I think there is a battle between their logic and, I guess, their spirituality, or kind of even the unknown. Okay, the lapis lazuli here stone is certainly speaking about spirituality and, you know, mystical, just being in tune with the higher calling and being very mystical. Whereas the desert rose is also fairly mystical, but I feel like there is a need to maybe drop some ways of being that aren't really helping serve this person's greatest purpose in their search of spirituality. So I do feel like this is a very spiritual connection, okay? This person recognizes on a subconscious level that they need to change. And in order for them to change, they have to be willing to collaborate. with other people, and I think you're the catalyst in their identifying this change is required, because they've been very much holding on to things that have been kind of keeping them back. And I feel like there is this hesitancy because you've opened up this whole new world for them that they've been not really, that they haven't seen before. So there is this like a genuineness, but kind of like they're kind of still seeing, kind of contemplating this change or what it is that they need to do in order to move forward. But yeah, I feel like they're a little bit more in the religious realm of their spirituality, whereas I feel like you are more open to an orthodox, limitless spirituality. And your conviction is very strong that this person has no choice but to see it and to understand that changes do need to be made in the way that they've been kind of guiding their life. Okay, so it's kind of like they're at the point where they can't really unsee this knowingness, and they're not sure how to go about implementing these changes within themselves. And I really feel like your watery energy here could very well be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or just the feminine energy, whereas this one feels a lot more masculine and a lot more structured. This feels more like earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay. I feel like this person feels as though everything that they've known to be, or even that they've tried to present to you in this connection, might have not, it almost got lost. Like it never really resonated so much with you. And I think maybe initially it was difficult because they wanted to provide something in this connection to you. And like as far as wisdom, as far as some learnings that they wanted to kind of have a purpose in your life. But I think that they have kind of exhausted all of their attempts in trying to show you something that you haven't already learned or seen, or at least this is how they feel. They feel as though there's so much more for them to learn from you than there is from you to learn from them. But maybe it didn't start off that way. And I feel like this person might have been a little bit, yeah, just initially maybe more full of themselves, if that's the right word to use, or at least more set in their way of how things are or should be, and their mentality. And that just by knowing you, they see this limitless possibility. And back to you being shutting things down, I think they feel as though if they were to act in a certain way or say something, that you would give them harsh judgment. So they're concerned in stepping forward, but this is certainly them, not like anything that you're actually passing judgment. But I feel like you could certainly put certain truths out there that poses a question for them to really think about what it is that they're saying or what it is that they're doing, that kind of tailspins them back to having to really take a deep look at why they're saying or doing what they're doing. So I think that they're kind of more held in this held back energy, knowing that they might just need to perceive things in a different way. But they have in the past, or have right now, you'll know if this is kind of a passing energy. They're kind of in the energy of being too afraid to engage with you on this level because they feel they are, yeah, that they need to change certain ways of viewing themselves, certain ways of them viewing the world. And yeah, And I also feel like you're not really actively chasing this person. And I feel like this person is too scared to really engage or approach you in a way that they are in their current energy. So they're almost kind of there, either observing you or in your energy, trying to prepare themselves or get more in line with how they want to be, that might be more matching up to your energy. They're kind of, yeah, really looking at how you view life and your spirituality and kind of matching it up to how they see spirituality currently and how they've been using this in their life in a way that has just changed from when they first met you. Okay, so this is the desert stone, I believe. Yes, desert stone, which is time travel, astral healing, and patience. So natural beauty, desert rose and its petals were patiently etched by the sand, carrying them a special message that good things take time. Desert Rose promotes mental clarity by releasing negative belief systems that no longer serve you. Desert Rose has the special power of time travel and is able to heal past wounds that still affect you today and alleviate pain from this lifetime or past lifetime. Use this stone to connect with your ancestors or past selves you need to reconcile with. So Scorpio and Pluto. Okay, so yeah, definitely some healing being done and dropping of belief systems that no longer serve is certainly what I was feeling from this energy. And then on your end here with the lapis lazuli, royalty, transformation, and immortality. Regal in all forms, lapis lazuli was most prized and sought after in ancient Egypt when it was believed to have powers of immortality and the ability to expand the heart's capacity for love. Lapis lazuli guides the soul and protects its journey from life to death. True wisdom comes from within, and lapis lazuli facilitates that by unearthing your core truths. This stone appears when you are ready for spiritual transformation and takes you to the depths of who you are, unveiling deeper awareness so that you can become the leader of your own life. Sagittarius and Venus. Yeah, I was feeling this leader energy here with the wolf, like you're just kind of doing your own thing. And really the depths speak of this watery energy, because I feel like you're going down, down, down in the depths of this watery energy, this kind of, yeah, like the deep feminine energy I'm feeling here. Whereas I think your person's really more working on changing things in the 3D as far as belief systems, but just ways of being that might no longer serve them. Okay, so here with the passion on your side, the number 34, which is also the number 7, and 7 is this destiny or this understanding of there's a mission here for you following your bliss or your calling. So the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Okay, and then with your person's change card here, number 12, which is also the number 3, and that is working with another, collaborating. I think your person is identifying maybe areas where they've been more closed off to an idea of learning from others when it comes to even how they are guided to live their life, and just really listening to their own spirituality, but it's been very structured. So it says the frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and birth the new. Yeah, your person is certainly working on these changes, okay? And I don't even feel like you're actively kind of asking them to change anything. I feel like they're just kind of aware of how you are by nature and wanting to kind of shift themselves. Okay, so we do have the music card here, which we'll look at the end-ish or towards the charms part, but I'm going to pull the tarot and take a look at future kind of energies here to see what we have. So I said you could most likely be either resonating with the left or the right hand side. So pile 1, we'll ask Spirit for clear and concise message for pile number 1. Too many cards and I'm not ready, Spirits. So future energies coming in for pile number 1. Spirit, thank you so much. We are so blessed and grateful for clear and concise message for pile number 1. And pile number 1, I'm so blessed and grateful for you allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person. So I got the High Priestess. Definitely a spiritual connection here with the High Priestess coming out. All right. We got the 8 of Swords. Two cards, the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. We got the King of Pentacles. Okay, why is the High Priestess here, Spirits? This one. We got the 7 of Wands. Why is the 8 of Swords here, Spirits? We got the 6 of Cups. Why is the 9 of Pentacles here, Spirits? We got the Fool. Why is the 3 of Wands here, Spirits? We got the Empress. Okay, why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Got the King of Wands. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy, we got the 5 of Wands. Okay, give me a minute. This is my first time using these cards on this channel. Kind of cool. All right. So this person is same energy I was kind of picking up there with the first set of cards that we were doing with the oracle cards. I feel like your person has been fairly independently trying to work on stuff in the 3D, like their own happiness, their own stability, their own sense of self-worth, but it was really based on this material plane. And I feel as though even though they are highly spiritual, I feel like they were potentially using their spirituality as a way to manifest things in their life to bring them physical, I guess, happiness with their own, I guess this is difficult to explain, but in their own world of how they perceived would bring them happiness. I feel like they've been really kind of limiting themselves based on this belief of that there were limitations to what happiness looked like and what was going to make them prosper. And I feel like they're really wanting to open themselves up to the limitless possibilities here with the 3 of Wands in the future, and kind of use your own way of how you've been spiritually driven to not set boundaries on how they perceive abundance and success for themselves. If some of you guys are not in communication, I feel like your person is certainly wanting reconciliation here with you. And I feel as though they want to be genuine in their approach to let go of some of their old ways of thinking and being, to kind of just be newborn in a mindset that allows them this area of love that they've been not accepting with the Empress here and the Three of Wands. It's like this openness of limitless love that they're feeling they are guided towards accepting and wanting to be able to kind of be open to what it is that needs to be done. I feel like they're really driven to do whatever it takes to kind of start from wherever they need to start and pull things through to the end, or at least to get to, because they really see this as limitless, the love and possibilities, but they feel they need to pull this through till they just can't no more. So if that means they just keep going down this spiritual journey, then that's kind of what they're intending on doing here with the King of Wands. Okay, and I feel like a lot of you guys are just really in your spiritual house. You're really closed off right now from their own 3D existence of whatever's going on with this person. And you're kind of really absorbed in your own spirituality and your growth of yourself as an individual. But I feel like it's taken you a lot to get to this point. And now I feel like you're not, like, all the work that you've put forward, everything that you've done, now you're just kind of sitting in your energy. I don't feel like you're really putting forward anything towards this connection with this person. But your person is open to dropping their limitations or their ways of being in order to reconcile and have a chance at, you know, a leap of faith into this limitless idea of what it would take for this beautiful love energy that the Empress has and this fertility. Okay. So I don't really have timelines here, but we did ask for future energies kind of coming in. So it could certainly be the current energy or energies coming in from your person. I am getting Aries, Leo, Sagittarius again. So it could be a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising for either you or your person. Okay, so let's take a look at what we should do first. Let's do maybe the music card, and then we'll take a look at charms. So here we have J-Lo, love don't cost a thing. So when you rolled up in the Escalade, saw that truck you gave to the valet, knew that it was game when you looked at me, pulling up your sleeve so I could see the rolly bling. Saw you later in the corner booth, raising up a toast so I would notice you, but your heart's a mess. Think you ought to know, doesn't matter if you're bawling out of control. That's funny. So yeah, take a look at that and see if it applies to you and your person. And we will take a look at charms here. Let's see what we have. Get that out of the way. Okay. So spirits, we'll ask for some charms, some falling out, some more. Oh, well, we got football popping out right away, so potentially Either you or your person like to play football. Could very well be soccer as well for those of you guys. So we did get some mini tarot coming out. Let's see what the mini tarot has to say. Okay, so we see here a cup of love being extended, but somebody really having to move away from challenging waters and potentially a very challenging situation where there was really no winner in this connection. And I feel like this is more your person's energy with the balancing out of what it's going to take to start a seed in the right direction, to offer something that is in good faith of collaboration or working together towards something that's going to be fruitful. So I feel like your person understands that this is kind of in their hands. But I feel like for a lot of you guys are just kind of not really looking at them to be offering you anything that you might have to work with. So we have here the Queen, this chess piece, and yeah, like this is what I was talking about, like feeling like I feel like you're so independently in your own energy right now that you're not even probably even really open to any offers from this person or from anyone. So we have 19 here, which might be significant, or January or September. 91 could be significant as well. It's also the number 10, which means a cycle coming to an end. Okay, F again, football. I don't know, maybe that's significant, but it could be someone's initial. So Frank, Frankie. I heard someone say for real, so maybe this is something for real this time. So you have the shell, and the shell could be just someone who lives near water, body of water, but I feel like your person's been really in their shell. And I think they've recognized how they've been in their shell most of this connection. Okay. Wrapping paper here for sure gives me Christmas vibes with the snowflakes. So potentially you may live in an area with lots of snow, or Christmas is significant here again with January. It could be a timeline for this connection that either around Christmas or winter months. I do feel like winter also signifies kind of like the death of a phase and then a rebirth kind of around the corner with the number 10. That also speaks of a cycle coming to an end. So I feel like this connection is going through a period of just things are dying out, or old ways are dying out. Okay, so we have this piece of twine here, which does give me hangman vibes. So it is, again, a period of suspension. Maybe a period where nothing much is happening on the outside and a lot maybe going on internally, because this does give me this suspended action feeling. Okay, so again, with the balloon, the air balloon, this also gives me hangman vibe. It's like taking this higher perspective of this connection. So I feel like your person is... or I guess the person on the right hand side is really going through looking at this whole connection through a different perspective that's allowing them to get this a broader perspective or view of the connection. So with the two major arcana cards here, we have the Hangman, which I just talked about. So yeah, this is definitely your person getting a new perspective of what this connection means to them. And then we have the Moon, which does speak of fears. It speaks of emotions. So there definitely is still some fear here. This can also be 1 month, so potentially a month from now. I mean, we are filming in December, and we did say something significant about January. So potentially a month from now, there might be some future communications or resolution or some movement. So we do have this flower here, which might be significant. Right. Okay, we have the paper airplane, and the paper airplane could very well be there's a identification that there might need to be some travel. Because I do have a plane as well, but when it's paper plane, it's almost like someone's sparked an idea of traveling or going to travel. So maybe a person is thinking about traveling to you, or what traveling to you would look like, or arranging some sort of travel. It could very well also be the traveling spiritually. So you and your person could definitely be traveling to each other spiritually through dreams and communications with energy. Tropical bird here, this parrot. I was getting the energy that your person was really kind of almost mimicking your growth through their spiritual ways of being by watching how you kind of live your life and how you're spiritual. So I feel like with this bird, it's like mimicking, but also could very well speak to that travel. So if there's something tropical, a tropical place maybe that your person intends on wanting to travel to, or thinks of, or that you guys have been to, that makes them think of you. But I'm getting that bird who repeats or mirrors you. So maybe there's a heavy mirroring going on between you and your person, or your person's following your lead, because I was feeling from the wolf that you're kind of leading this connection and your person's just kind of following. So yeah, I also heard fake. So I think your person, not that they feel they're fake, but they just feel like there's certain aspects of themselves that no longer serve them, that might be, if they were to continue living with those aspects, that they would feel fake, or that it wasn't in their truest, reflecting their truest way. Oh, and there is a card under here that might have fell, and it is the Five of Pentacles. So this is the down and out card, you know, somebody just being down on their luck. And I do feel as though if you are in a period of separation here with your person is feeling fairly down and out. Even though they know that there could be help right around the corner, or they can request help or change circumstances or situations, they're kind of choosing to remain in that state. But I do see that, you know, they are taking this higher perspective. So I think they're kind of trying to gather all the information before they decide what they're wanting to do to move forward here. And I was picking up with football, like forward movement, like potentially there's like, and I don't know anything about football, but what I'm seeing is like there's this like stillness, but then there's going to be like a flurry of activity, or just like, you know, the ball's going to be set in motion, and then the play is just going to kind of happen the way it happens. It's kind of what I'm picking up from this football. So I think your person's like planning, potentially strategizing a play-by-play here, which sounds a little bit strategic, but that's kind of what I'm picking up. I think because they are so in their head and wanting to say or do something that isn't going to drive you away, and that's being authentic to their authentic self, that's reflective of how they're actually feeling. Okay, so this is what I have here for you guys. Pile number 1. This is a very interesting reading. You might resonate with pile 2 and 3 depending on how that energy comes out, because sometimes piles are interconnected. But if you are hopping off, thank you so much for joining. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a like, leave a comment. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 2. If you pick the second pile, then this is your reading, I think, because pile number 2 and pile number 3 were kind of around my feet, and I kind of mixed them a little. So this is why I hate pulling these piles, but I think obviously energy was going on down there, everything for a reason. So this will be your reading, and we're going to be taking a look at you and your person, and just a detailed look at the energy between you and your person in this connection, and kind of how you guys are showing up. And then we'll be taking a look at future energy, which I'll do the tarot live, but I did pre-shuffle and pick these oracle cards just to kind of save time. But like I said, pile 2 and 3 kind of got shuffled-ish, or at least kind of mixed together. Now I think I sorted that out, but Maybe there is a connection between pile 2 and 3 in some sort of way. It could be past energies and future energies. So if you're resonating with a pile as a past energy, you might want to go check out the other pile to see future, or vice versa. Now, I will refer to the left as your energy and the right as your person's, but could certainly be crisscrossed. Okay, so just kind of take what resonates. We'll also look at charms, and then a music card here between you and your person. Actually, I want that there. So we have movement, we have sulfur, we have the fault line, and we have 2 cards coming out here. The vow, alchemy with the number 8. I don't know if you guys can see this. In fact, I will move this here. And we got the frog. I do not like, where can I put this one? Sorry guys, normally when I shuffle live, I kind of feel the energy and it flows a little bit better, but I got all these cards and just don't feel right. All right. Alchemy with the number 8. Could be August. Okay. It's almost like this pile doesn't want to be red for some reason. All right, and then we have here the red jade. Okay. And then let's take a look at the second person here. We have the vision. We have the nebula with the fog. With the dolphin spirit. We got surrender. We got allowance. And ooh, we got 2 cards, crystals coming out. The rainbow mayonite and the rainbow obsidian. Okay. Cool. Okay, so just give me a minute to tap into the energy. Okay, so I'm going to read the left as it's your energy, but like I said, it could certainly be crisscrossed between this being you and that. In fact, I have a feeling maybe a lot of you guys are coming in as this person on the right, but okay. So the person on the left, I guess. I feel like this person is identifying there's an area of themselves that they've either committed to or promised to themselves, maybe out of obligation, or just how they always thought that they would be committed to or want to be. There's an identifying that there is a crack in this foundation, or at least there's a leak, and they have been moving away or trying to not resolve or look at any sort of cracks in their foundation as to how their structure has been built, because of the fact that they've been so dedicated, focused, and committed to the way that they've been. But I feel like they've been trying to, like, these 2 cards are giving me like such powerful energy here with the frog and the movement. Like, I feel like your person's been continuously keeping themselves busy. They've been continuously trying to move forward and press through, but they've been carrying a lot of ways of being that I believe they probably are too scared to shed, that are now starting to kind of smell. Okay, smell as in it's impacting what it is that they want to do. Again, this I'll read as your energy. Okay, so yeah, so certain ways of being that are just not bringing fulfillment that are starting to almost contaminate where it is that you want to go and where it is that you are driven to move towards. So something about the structure that you've set up that is now kind of giving way, and I feel like you know that you're able to go very far, and I feel as though you're driven to get to where you want to be. But I am sensing almost like a movement for the sake of movement rather than a pointed idea of where it is that you're headed. And I know when I was shuffling these cards, mostly from, it was the second pile, but I think I was feeling really this energy here, this like, there's like an anger almost. So I think there's an anger that needs to kind of be dealt with, but I feel like it's almost like telling yourself that you're kind of committed to getting somewhere or getting through just for the sake of getting through, rather than now identifying what truly is driving you. And I think you're starting to recognize, when I say things are starting to smell, it's like you're starting to recognize that moving for the sake of moving isn't necessarily how you want to continue pressing forward. And with alchemy here, like I said, August could certainly be significant, but alchemy speaks of things kind of coming together to have a result that, one thing alone couldn't produce without kind of obviously mixing it with something else. And here it says the frequency of alchemy activates your magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allow the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So I almost feel like you are not wanting to look or not wanting to see what you alone would be able to create or alchemize outside of the structure or whatever it was that you promised yourself that you were committed to. So maybe you've committed yourself to a project, seeing something through. Maybe a relationship, could very well even be this one, which I don't think so, but committed yourself to a certain lifestyle or certain relationship, a certain thing that is just not serving you. Let's read this red jasper. So this is warrior, individuality, and chi. Unleash your inner warrior. Red jade is a stone of power, able to release anger in constructive ways that solves problems. Filled with chi, known as life force in Chinese culture, red jade enhances passion, vitality, and strength. Take action and move decisively. Red jade enhances your courage, protecting and inspiring you as you move forward in your day-to-day life. Use red jade when you are looking to have exponential results, whether it's with your finances, business, or with your physical health. Good luck is bestowed upon you, Aries and Venus. Okay, so the anger was coming out. So I feel like the more movement you're having, and I say you, right, because this could certainly be your pile, but this could be your person, but just vice versa. But this person here, you, this anger, I think, is building up. When I say the smell is kind of building up the anger, because it's like avoidance of, now that things might have changed, to stop and take a look at what sort of movement, because this is funny, I talked about movement as well, right? Like, but being more pointed and decisive in movement. And really, I feel here like movement for the sake of movement, like I was saying. This is giving me 8 of Wands. It's like very quick movement forward, right? A frog's kind of, I feel like he's just kind of moving forward to maybe run away from a predator or protect itself. It's just kind of leaping. But Spirit's asking you, and if this is your person, then your person, to really take a look at, why are we moving? What's the direction? And maybe review the vow as something that might have been carried as a burden to you now. And I think that this fault line is talking about, like, that this fault line is slowly getting bigger, and eventually this will have to get addressed rather than just kind of just moving for the sake of movement. And I feel like this alchemy card was really even talking about alchemizing things within the individual. So I think it really needs to be a pause to look at self and what really the self can kind of alchemize from within before being able to move into alchemizing with another. Okay. And I feel like now to talk about like the detailed connection between you two, your person here on this side has really been, the more that you're involved with your person, the more of a fog that you have become, because it is really bringing your identity or the way that you've been kind of sticking to this vow up until now, giving you a sense of questioning, right? So in this fog, there's a lot of questions around why is it that I am doing what I'm doing or committed to going down this path, right? Like there is this realization, and I think that's why there has been a lot of pain or fear or avoidance, because in the fog, it becomes very confusing. So there's a need to identify and address what's going on the inside. You know, what's not serving, where's their anger, where's there a crack, where's there a mentality of movement for the sake of movement in this, in your own situation, not necessarily in this connection, but like what's driving you. And this person's causing this fog by just being this special, unique person that this dolphin person is. Like this person is all love. This person's vibrating love and healing energy. And I feel like this person is energetically really tapped into their, really tapped into their energy field, but tapped into your energy field as well, or at least they were at some point. And I feel like they are fairly mystical. And potentially this person saw your cycles and also saw your potential here with the vision card. It's talking about cycles. I'm also picking up a need for understanding balance that this person was able to provide with the two owls. I feel like there was this, the more your person was kind of bringing you into balance, the more of a fog was going on because of all of the things that needed to be shed. And yeah, like with the cycles, like the same colors with the dolphin are kind of in here. I feel like, let's see, what do we got here with allowance? So we got number 9, allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Yeah, like I was feeling like this person was in your little cycle of like almost contained, but this spirit or this energy of this person is very much more expansive than how you were trying to maybe hang on to them or understand them or fit them into this balanced structure of how you appeared them to be or wanted them to be. And I feel like your person is just this free energy that is really limitless. And you know, even here, without opinion, without fear, without resistance, I feel like this person's always made you feel like they've never really judged you or have provided or pressed their opinion of you towards you, or have given you reason to feel like there was this judgment. Very free flowing energy, I feel. And maybe a lot of you guys feel as though you kind of maybe put a lot of your own judgments or fears and projected that on your person. I feel like your person's never really, yeah, like with the surrender card, I don't feel like your person's ever really provided a combative nature in this connection. Like your person's been very accepting, and have surrendered to whatever outcome is kind of being brought forward by you. Like they've just never really tried to force or change this outcome. They're just kind of surrendering to what this connection means and how you're showing up in this connection. And wow, like these two to come out together, these are both rainbow stones. So we have the rainbow obsidian and the rainbow mayonite. So with the rainbow obsidian, it says hope, depth, and evolution. Within the darkness, there is always light. When rainbow obsidian dark exterior is exposed in light, colorful bands highlight the stone's beauty. Rainbow obsidian is a gentle stone showing you unhealed matters of the heart and bringing hidden wounds to the surface for ultimate healing. Rainbow obsidian takes you on a journey of evolution, of opening your heart and discovering your true purpose in this life. Able to assist in cutting cords, rainbow obsidian floods you with light and love, forgiving yourself and others in the process. That's totally the vibe. Okay, we'll read the other one shortly. But the vibe your person was giving off to me was exposing some of these wounds. And just by loving, healing energy with this without opinion, without fear, without resentment, without judgment, surrendering to this energy created this fog in your world. And maybe a lot of you guys have ran from this connection with the frog, but just kind of moving ahead with distractions or movement for the sake of movement. But I feel like the fog provided you an opportunity to reflect where there are wounds that need to be looked at. At least it's brought these wounds to the surface. Okay. Yeah, and I really like the rainbow obsidian floods you with love and light, forgiving yourself and others in the process. So there's something here about forgiveness. This is also Libra and Saturn energy. Okay, so rainbow mayonite, chakra alignment, foundation, and karma. So an exceptionally high vibrational crystal, rainbow mayonite allows you to face any challenges, karmic patterns, and pulls out the drudgery of the past that is ingrained in the energetic body. It heals emotional traumas on every level, rebuilding the foundation for a healthy support system from the inside out. So when it's talking about foundational systems here, okay, connecting you to your spiritual team, this crystal can guide you in seeing multiple perspectives, offering many solutions, existing in ultimate alignment with the chakras. Rainbow mayonite helps you step into your authentic truth. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Sun, and Pluto. Okay, so there could certainly be some Leo, Sun, or Libra energies in here. Yeah, I feel a very serene, very peaceful energy coming from your person. I don't feel like your person has been really in any sort of energy that would cause suspect, but I feel like it's brought this fog, and it's more of a matter of, do you want to face the fog and look at this fault line as foundations that are built on shaky grounds based on maybe a value system or a belief or a commitment that you've told yourself or that you've carried that is clearly not allowing you to release anger, and to rebuild yourself internally into what it is that's going to make you kind of transform into your full authentic self. Okay, so I'm getting more about you than I am about your person, but we will take a look at the tarot to take a look at future energies, and then we'll look at a song card and some charms for you and your person. So let's take a look at, I don't want to use these. We'll do pile number 2. Spirit, can we look at pile number 2's person, or I guess the connection between pile number 2 and their person? Where is this headed? Future energies. Thank you so much, Spirit. We are so grateful. And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and your person's energy. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so blessed. All right, let's see. Future energies for pile number 2 in this connection with their person. Okay. We have the Hangman. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Judgment card in reverse. 2 cards about balance, and they're both reversed. Okay. We got the the 9 of Swords. Yeah, that's the 9 of Swords in reverse. And 7 of Pentacles. So why is the Hangman here? We got 8 of Wands. That's totally giving me this energy here that you had on your side with the, where is it? Oh yeah, this movement. 8 of Wands energy. All right, what else? Why is the 2 of Pentacles here, Spirit? I got the 9 of Pentacles. Why is Judgment here? I was reading this as Justice, guys. This is Judgment. Okay. So not necessarily balance. 2 of Pentacles certainly balance, but I was seeing Justice here in reverse, which could very well mean that there's an apology owed, maybe from you to your person, or from your person to you, depending on your situation, but that's coming through for somebody. So we have the 8 of Cups in reverse, we have the Star in reverse, and we have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So yeah, definitely there's a period of contemplation here. There is a need to balance things out and really, I guess, deal with things. So we were seeing from that fault line, like things are really difficult to just not do anything. Like doing nothing is going to result in still having to address something. Just, it's going to be catastrophic if not dealt with. With the Judgment here in reverse, this is like not waking up to a calling, not addressing what is having to be dealt with, not looking at the fault line or the you know, the cracks in the foundation and allowing water to get in till the point where we're going to have to just deal with things. And I feel like, yeah, with the 9 of Swords, this is like the mental anguish and anxiety and nightmares and just feeling like really overburdened by anxiety, and could even be depression with it in reverse. Okay, and I feel like there is this need to work on self. I know with the 7 of Pentacles, normally it's like putting forward this effort that is not really pulling what you're getting out of it doesn't reflect as much energy or efforts going into it. So there's almost a desire to give up. With this card specifically, I feel as though it's in self, like the work and energy is to work on self. So again, I feel like this is more giving guidance to you as the person A, that there's almost a desire to give up on self because of all the effort or energy that seems to have to be required in order to resolve or fix any sort of limitations or issues or pains that are going on in the inside. And we did see that anger card. And I feel like with this 9 of Wands, you know, there is this wounded warrior inside that has the ability to press through and fight and stand your ground to rectify anything that's going on internally. And I do feel as though that is something that you are looking at doing, because it is here as a reminder of the strength that you carry as an individual. Okay, now here with the 8 of Wands in reverse, I feel like there's definitely something to do with timing. And I do feel like for some of you guys, the message from Spirit is that you guys might be putting off something that you can't control timing of, especially here with the Judgment. It's like addressing and acknowledging something that's coming up that needs to be addressed and not on your own kind of timeline. But I feel like a lot of you guys might have been putting off or managing or saying, when my time is my time to act, then we will resolve or take a look. And Spirit's saying that this is not about when you are, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that fault line and leaks and whatever else is happening is just going to happen to you. And it's best prepared to be mentally in a mind frame that you're able to resolve and pull through rather than be just kind of a victim of circumstance. Okay, because I feel like a lot of you guys feel like diverting the energy into areas that are allowing you to be successful and stand in your own right and be independent. And you do have this ability to manage what's going on in your current world successfully and how you've managed to move up until now. So it's kind of like the only way you know how to exist. But I feel like, again, these roosters are coming home to roost. And there's a need for balancing, because now you just cannot juggle by only solely being focused on that this other area of addressing anger or addressing an area that is needing some sort of effort and energy and reflection, it will just crack open. And Spirit is saying it needs to be resolved here with this Judgment card. This is the major arcana. So this is going to happen where something's going to give way and need to be resolved, and you're fighting against this. Okay, and even with this cup of, or I guess this 8 of Cups, is walking away from something that is causing emotional pain. With it in reverse, it's like not wanting to walk away, wanting to walk away from something maybe that you're emotionally invested in. And I feel like it is the old, and that Spirit's calling you into the new, and there's a need to walk away. Okay, there's a need to let go and surrender. There's a lot of heavy anxiety around this. So unfortunately, this isn't really talking about your personal that much, but I guess this is what Spirit wanted you to hear. And then we have here with the Star in reverse that there is this feeling, and I was getting it from this card too, like a loss of hope, or just like maybe potentially there's just too much to be invested here, that it feels like it's a forever struggle, or it's an overwhelming feeling. But Spirit's saying that you definitely have the strength and the ability. This is the Warrior card, and we were seeing in your energy here the Warrior card with the, let's take a looky-loo at that. Yeah, this one, totally. Warrior, right? Unleash your inner warrior. This is what Spirit's asking you to do, is to unleash your inner warrior to be able to resolve and face your anger, fear, whatever you are carrying in this connection, or just as an individual. I feel like you're carrying something that no longer serves you, that's starting to smell, that's about to give way, that needs to be cracked open. And the Star here in reverse still is speaking to me about a timing thing. So I think maybe you may be telling yourself some untruths about time. And Spirit wants you to review that. Okay. So this is what we're getting with the tarot for you. So we're going to take a look at a music card for you and your person. And then we'll get into charms. Okay, so this is for your connection with your person. We got Mariah Carey's Always Be My Baby. Okay, so know you'll always be a part of me. I'm part of you indefinitely. Boy, don't you know you can't escape me. Oh, darling, because you'll always be my baby. And we'll linger on. Time can't erase a feeling this strong. No way, you're never gonna shake me. Take a look at that song if you'd like. But yeah, those lyrics were really giving me the same vibe your person was kind of giving me, that despite the fog, there was some lessons to be learned, that you know, you something you're gonna have to face that's coming either which way, that can't be ignored or erased. Okay, let me grab the charms and we'll take a look at charms. Okay, let's see what we have here for pile number 2. Okay, what else do we have? Okay. So, oh, interesting. The last one we got football, now we got hockey. So maybe one of you guys likes hockey or plays hockey, but we did get hockey. Maybe you guys are in Canada because that's our national sport. So something about hockey is significant. All right, we have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. Lots of wands, lots of passion. We have the 8 of Swords coming out. We have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, so in the mini tarot, we have a need for collaboration to build a structure, a desire to build a structure. This is also my twin flame card, 1111. You know, could mean marriage, coming together, a union. And I feel like this could very well be your energy or your person's. I feel like this is more your person's energy with this fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is someone who is very attractive, who is attracting you to be able to free yourself from any sort of challenges that you're having. Here with the 8 of Swords, this is like the mental prison, somebody kind of keeping themselves held back because of a belief and a desire or a need to extend a cup of love, a cup of emotion, to face one's emotions and start an emotional adventure into what the future holds. Yeah, so that's pretty clear with that little message. So we got the initials G. I'm hearing Gary. Got question mark. So maybe there's question mark right now around what to do or how to move forward. And we got the number 4, and that's also my 1111 here with the number 4. Okay, 4 speaks of stability and structure, and yeah, being balanced with the number 4. I'm also getting the month of April, and then we have 0, so 40 could be significant, but I'm also picking up with the O, which could be an initial, but this 00, and with this little doggy, I'm picking up the Fool energy. Okay, because the Fool card is the number 0, which is this infinite amount of possibilities. And the little dog appears on the Fool card as well. So it's like this need to take a leap of faith into some area that is maybe not the most comfortable, but will provide lessons and some value. This is also infinity, so it could be infinite amounts of possibility. I feel like this is some connection that's probably been through some loops and some cycles in the past, and I do feel like there might have been a past connection here. Now we have this palm tree leaf, and I mean, leaves this size could be used for making shelter. I feel like with leaves as well could be shedding of old, how trees, you know, the leaves shed. So maybe potentially you're shedding some ways of being in this connection. So we got the number 1, which is individuality. It's also identifying self with the Ace of Cups as well. This is self. So maybe self-love, self a deep dive into self, to recognize self in order to heal and address self, which was really the message we were seeing there with the tarot. So we got speak. So maybe there's further communication that you'd like to have with your person. Maybe there's a need to be honest with self. It is red. So I also feel like with the color red, there's this anger associated with red, or something that needs to be let out, some communication to let out, maybe anger or held resentments. Also, because I'm seeing lots of wands, could be very passionate energy. There's a need to communicate something. And with the rubber band, this is certainly resistance. So I feel like there's been some resistance to change within yourself. As we saw, again, this could very well be your person. So just take kind of, whether this is your person, but resistance to that change, to take a look at self, to be able to address that. And then with chain, well, this could certainly be someone who feels like they're stuck in their devil energy, because in the devil card, there's these chains and they're kind of bound to their addictions. They're bound to their habits and their toxic ways, and they feel really stuck and unable to break free. So I just feel like there's a lot of maybe toxicity in past ways of being that you feel bound to, that is enabling you to move forward in this connection. Okay, and here we have the Lover. So this would be a choice that needs to be made, specifically in this connection with the Lovers. Yeah, it's really, do I, move forward in an area that speaks passionately to me because of the depth of love, or do I choose this other choice, which could very well be this devil energy, but could also be choosing self, choosing to love oneself. And I feel like that is speaking to me the strongest, to heal self. And here we have the High Priestess, which is, all things mysticism, but what's going on kind of beneath the surface, this intuitive, this knowing. And maybe there is this knowing that, needing to really face this devil energy or stuff that's holding you back, that you've been resisting. And maybe you need to start with communication, with yourself, about what anger you might be hanging on to. Just coming back to this question mark. So maybe you've been questioning, maybe you are asking a lot of questions, but you're not really getting a whole lot of answers. So Spirit is saying to maybe start by communicating to out loud to what you might be seeing or reflecting as anger inside you. Might help for you to identify areas that you can dig in deeper. But I'm feeling like speaking or letting things out, because I feel like there's a lot kind of going on internally or bottled in. And I also feel go. So maybe a lot of you guys might have told your person to go, or have been kind of pushing people away, and maybe not consciously doing it, but with your actions potentially giving off this vibe. Also, I'm getting OG, so a lot of you guys might have this OG type nature about you. Original gangsta. If I have to explain that, then you ain't no OG. All right, I'm just teasing. Okay, so yeah, take a look at that. And that's all I have for you guys. Pile number 2. It sounds like this is kind of challenging, but I believe that you can take a look and heal yourself. And we all have the responsibility to be the best version of ourselves and find our true happiness. And I do feel like that is something for you here for sure. And if that did not resonate, go check out pile number 1 or pile number 2. Sometimes the piles are interconnected, and I know this is very one-sided, but I feel like Spirit really wanted to highlight this person's energy in this connection. So it is what it is, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you picked pile number 3, then this will be your reading. Now, I was telling pile number 2 that when I was doing pile number 1, all the piles were kind of under my feet, and I kind of kicked 2 and 3, and I kind of made this dog breakfast soup. So I had to like identify what was part of what pile. So I really think 2 and 3 are connected. Now, I just finished 2, and it was a lot about one specific individual in the connection. So this could very well be the other individual in the connection, which would be really trippy because all my piles seem to be somehow interconnected, which is very interesting, or at least the collective might be experiencing very similar timelines. But this will be about the dynamic between you and your person and the connection between you guys. So we'll be looking at a detailed view of what's kind of going on between you guys. And then we'll do, and these are pre-shuffled oracle cards just to save time, because I normally like to shuffle on camera, but yeah, that would take quite a bit. And then we'll do the tarot kind of live shuffling. We'll look at your music card, we'll look at charms, and the music cards like the song between you and your person. So there's a lot to kind of get through. So one person will be on the left, the other person will be on the right. You could very well be identifying with either left or right. So just kind of, yeah, see which one you're resonating with. So we have the Drowned King, we have the solar plexus chakra, we have unconsciousness, we have energy, we have camel, and ooh, we do have one more here. We have the orphan. Okay, so just shimmy that over. Okay, and this is agate? Yes, agate. Okay. So for person number 2, we have the raven's head. We have compassion. We have coherence. We have stop. We have owl. We have the Tanzine Aura Quartz. And we have the village. Okay, so just give me a minute to tap into these energies. I do want to actually take a look at this raven's head real quickly, just to see, because it's speaking to me the loudest, and set the tone for this reading. Okay, what are we? All right, over here. The storm. Oh, I'm in the wrong book. Okay, well, let's do the right book this time. It would be over here. And should be right here. Okay, sorry about that. Raven's head. So this is for person 2 here. And I'm going to refer to you as person 1 and this is person 2, okay? Or your person will be on the right, or my right. Okay, so though alchemy is filled with a myriad of open-ended symbols, the raven's head has a precise message. It arrives to mark the beginning of the work. This card indicates something has occurred, known or unknown, to initiate the spinning of the alchemical wheel. With its mighty churning, things are about to change on every level. The raven's work cannot be undone, just as the pill cannot be unswallowed or the pearl turned back to sand. You may be overwhelmed or think the journey ahead is not for you. Your doubts matter, not to the raven, as its appearance signifies it has chosen you. You are ready, and the moment is now. You can go back. Can you go back to the way things were? Can you pretend nothing has changed? The raven's claws clear. The raven caws a clear no. It does not apologize, as it knows your destiny is great. Okay, I'm glad I read that one, actually, because this is totally what is setting the tone for this person, which I think is going to be the bulk of this whole reading, just as the pile number 2 was about pile number 2's person. So there might be some connection going on here. But okay, so with you, which could very well be your person, but I'm going to refer to this as you, this orphan card, I do feel as though there is this energy of traumas that need to be dealt with for sure. And there is high ego in play here. I am picking up fire, so Aries, Leo, Sag, but an ego that needs to kind of be put away. With the Drowned King, it does speak of, you know, somebody kind of shedding their ego and really a masculine kind of immersing themselves in feminine energy. And this could very well be masculine energy. This, I'm definitely picking up feminine energy. It doesn't have to be. That's kind of the energies I'm picking up. And I feel like on a subconscious level, your person has been really kind of absorbing, or I guess if this is you, this person has been absorbing the other person on a subconscious level. But right now, there's this conscious knowing about having to change, having to go through a period, be persistent, but really follow through on a mission or a challenging, long, or at least you feel, sorry, I keep picking up this is your person for some reason, but you feel as though you got to go through and travel through an extended period of time that's going to be very challenging, and you're kind of preparing for. Because on a conscious level now, you're aware that changes need to be made and that ego needs to be dropped. And yeah, I feel like there is definitely some healing shadow work being done here. So with the solar plexus chakra, the frequency of solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what contribution is to the whole. Because I really feel like this willpower speaks of this camel. Like the camel has to go through long periods of time through a desert, you know, and I mean, it isn't unfair of us to assume the camel is built for this and feels fine, which they are kind of built for it, but there might be some suffering that this camel does kind of endure that we're not really privy to. But I do feel like the camel is built to go through and pull through challenging situations, just like I feel like you have the ability to press through. And really what the triggers I'm seeing with this orphan card could certainly be traumas from, you know, inner child wounds, dealing with parental figures, triggers that have been really caused through an upbringing, maybe abandonment wounds, feeling left, yeah, just feeling like abandonment, and could certainly be avoidant attachment style. Okay. And just addressing that and looking at that, but really working on dropping the ego. And with this agate here, stability, grounding, and truth, the stabilizing stone, agate is used to balance the mind, body, and spirit, creating harmony in all areas of your life. Much like the patterns of the crystal itself, grounding and supportive, agate helps to reveal inner truths, cleansing beneath the surface to expose our authentic self. A wonderful stone to heal resentment. Agate frees you from the self-imprisonment of inner anger, replacing it with safety and security. Agate takes its time, vibrating at a slow and steady pace, kind of like this camel here. I was going to call him a turtle. And encourages you to take as much time as you need for the matter at hand. Now, I feel as though, okay, so it's Gemini and Mercury. I feel as though time is definitely a thing here, and time was a thing for pile number 2, so you might want to go check it out. But I feel like this might be a future energy of pile number 2, and I do feel like this camel has really done some heavy contemplation on what it's going to take in order to move forward and drop ego and resolve some of these childhood wounds. Okay, but I really feel like this reading is more about this person, and I do feel like this person has triggered you to take a look at your internal wounds that need to kind of be resolved by choice, because you kind of can't look away from what you've seen. And also, in order for you to move forward within this connection, you feel as though you should and would want to deal with some of this internally. So it's more of internally dealing with traumas. And I feel like with your person, I think you are also kind of on this, or your person was kind of maybe more involved with the time and involved with what was kind of going on in this connection at a 3D level. But I feel like there's been a shift in this person's mentality, and almost a shift in understanding what is required of them in order for them to free themselves. And there is this knowing that they needed to pull away from this connection, and a knowing that they needed to, in order to free themselves, that they've been called to really change the current of where they were headed or what it is that they want. And I don't know, like, if both of you guys kind of share the same social network of people or same friend group, but I just feel like this person's been ousted or outcasted, or had to make the decision to pull away from your world, and the chaos kind of that was going on in your world, or at least they felt like there was a high level of uncertainty in finding truth because of your state, that they had to kind of be in this energy of, once they had this realization, they had to just put an end to their actions. Although I feel like this is something that they didn't necessarily want to do. And here with the owl, there was like a knowing that in order for them to just progress, they'd have to move differently in this connection, or at least free themselves of what was going on here with you. So here with the compassion and the number 6, this is giving me a lover's vibe, because number 6 is also the lover's card in the tarot. But with compassion, I was feeling this like unconditional love that your person has towards you. It says the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. So I didn't even read this card. Well, I mean, obviously with compassion there has to be some sort of unconditional love, but that's totally what I was picking up from this energy here. And I feel like your person's encompassed this unconditional love for not only for you, but for themselves, in order to be this divine mediator between heaven and earth. And like, some really powerful stuff coming from this side over here, okay? And I don't feel like this person necessarily wanted to go down whatever path they're going down to. They're kind of being really called, as we read with this Raven said, they're really being called on this spiritual path of bigger truths. And I feel like they're just going, you could say down, 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 or up, 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 into these layers of truth. Okay, to the point where maybe their comfort layer or zone was in this connection to a point where they reached a layer that they had to break free from and push themselves out of their comfort zone in order to expand themselves. Okay, so we have here coherence with the number 13, which could also be the number 4, which 4 speaks of stability and building foundations. And in order to do that with coherence, I feel there needed to be an understanding, right? Not only an understanding of self, but an understanding of another, and an understanding of a unity or what someone is building. So here it says the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. So I feel like your person had to have a full understanding of what they wanted and what they mentally knew, because with the owl, this does speak of a knowing. So maybe what they wanted or their desire of what it was that they were feeling in this connection didn't match exactly what they knew. So in order for them to create a reality that they really desire, they have to kind of, match their mind frequency with their heart frequency, so that they could grasp this coherence or this understanding of what it is required from them to find their true happiness, right? Or what they truly desire, and manifest it here in the 3D with this reality that they desire. Okay, this stone is the Tanzine Aura Quartz, and it says enchantment, cosmic, and alchemy. Speaking of alchemy again, okay, so cosmic alignment is here. Tanzine Aura Quartz brings equilibrium to our multidimensional states, melding the mind and body for spiritual balance. With indigo rays vibrating high, this stone heightens the ability to see and communicate beyond this world. Tanzine Aura Quartz gently opens your crown chakra, creating a channel between the divine and your body. Made from a rare mental indium, this crystal brings mystical qualities to a higher understanding of one's metaphysical abilities. You are more powerful than you think. Virgo, Pisces, and Uranus. So I feel like your person is going through a crazy spiritual awakening. I feel like they are, if they're probably reading tarot cards or at least communicating messages from spirit. They're getting downloads definitely from spirit, through dreams, through meditation. And they're really channeling all of this energy from spirit and the divine through their third eye, crown chakra as well, to be able to alchemize what they know, what's coming in as downloads, and what they feel in their heart, which is very overwhelming, which I feel is the reason why they probably had to stop whatever they were physically doing in this 3D world with this connection. So potentially they put an end to a cycle here with this connection, for the greater good of what it is that they feel they need to do, because they can't unsee. They've been called by spirits to go down this path. And I feel like they're really alchemizing, their mind, their heart, and getting downloads from spirit as to what they're calling for themselves to find their true, authentic self that's going to bring them their greatest desire, because they're still amidst creating their greatest desire. And I feel like they're really working on that. That's their main focus. Okay. Wow, that's very heavy. Could very well be 2 and 3 are connected, so you might want to go see that. But we will take a look at the tarot, and this will be future states of this connection. And see what spirit has to say. Now, pile number 2, the tarot was really just talking about that one person, specifically in the tarot. So we will ask Spirit, though, to give clear and concise message. Thank you so much, Spirit, for the future state of the connection between pile number 3 and their person. And pile number 3, I am so blessed and honored for you allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person. Thank you. Thank you. What is the future energies between pile number 3 and their person? We'll see what Spirit wants to communicate. So we got the 5 of Wands. We got the 3 of Wands. We got the Hangman. We got the Page of Wands in reverse. We got the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, and then why is the 5 of Wands here, Spirits? We got the Moon. Why is the 3 of Wands here? Got the 7 of Wands. Why is the Hangman here? The 3 of Swords. Why is the Page of Wands here? The 2 of Wands in reverse. And we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. So I'm not sure if this is totally future state, but I'll just read the cards as the energy I'm picking up, because I am seeing, Yeah, well, let's just pick up. Okay, so I see a lot of inner conflict right now in this connection. This, again, could be your energy, could be your person's, but the inner conflict and fears kind of holding back movement in this connection, or at least fears at one point were kind of dictating the course of this connection. There was a lot of resisting or conflict in this connection because of putting up obstacles based on fear. And there was, I guess, a need for fighting in order to drive this connection to the next level. Like there was always a feeling of having to battle or be kind of defensive, or like it always kind of felt like a challenge. It wasn't really like free flowing. And I feel like that caused this connection to come to a standstill and potentially a separation here with this Three of Swords. It speaks of heartbreak, it speaks of separation, being apart from the one you love, and is a very painful situation with the Hangman. This is, you know, things coming to a stop and needing a greater perspective on the situation, potentially on self, or looking at what's gone on. But there was definitely this heartbreak, or is this heartbreak here in the middle, that is very painful and causing a stall in this connection. Now with the Page of Wands in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse, there is like a block right now in communication, and also block in moving forward with any sort of option, to pick any option right now in this connection, because of, I guess, the energies that both of you guys are in. And this could be future state as well, that there is this, yeah, there is this block in being able to move forward one way or another, or to even communicate what it is that one desires. And I feel like there is this need for independence and independent stability to build on oneself in order to deal with the uncertainties, but the challenges of life, but also the challenges within this connection that have come up. And the focus here seems to be on trying to build self. And it does feel like it's the wheel spinning in a way that's more of a challenging time in this situation. You know, with the Three of Swords and the wheel being in reverse, it's like having to acknowledge the shit part of this connection and really focus on identifying the strength within each individual. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here for the tarot. Now we will take a look at the music card, and then we'll get into charms. So this is a song between you and your person, so you can definitely look up the lyrics, see if this applies. We got Usher, Nice and Slow. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Oh yeah, I got real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. I pull up, anticipating good love. Don't keep me waiting. I got plans to put my hands in places I've never seen. Girl, you know what I mean. All right, so could certainly be the passion between you and your person going on here. Let's take a look at the charms. All right, Spirit, for pile number 3, can we get some charms? What is this doing in here? Should not be in there. All right. Okay. Oh, and this fell out. Okay. Oh, this fell out for one of the piles. Okay, so let's start over again. Yeah, I do feel like some of these piles are definitely interconnected. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so what the tarot is saying is, yeah, there's like with the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, like very challenging times. And potentially, you know, this connection has been painful to both you and your person. But I do feel like maybe somebody in this connection was acting out of self-serving and might have slighted someone else in this connection that's caused a lot of pain. But I feel like both of you guys are feeling really down and out, apart from each other. But I do feel like here with these two queens could certainly be your energy and your person's energy. I feel like one person is more looking towards this connection, and the other person's more looking towards their own self and their own stability. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm really picking up here from these, that there's been this like really heavy feeling in this connection on trying to balance things out or meet a middle ground here with this connection, because I think both of you guys probably were trying to carry different things or expect different things out of each other that kind of left nobody winning. Here with the snowflake, could speak of winter where you're at, but it is wrapping paper, so Christmas time could be significant for you guys. Now we got the initials F and W, or F and M. Could be FM radio, but I'm seeing W here. And 0, the number 0, this could speak of infinite amount of opportunities, could speak of the world as well, and the world could mean international travel. Maybe you're distant from your person, there could be a distance to travel to get to your person, but I do see the limitless or infinite amount of opportunities within this connection. With the car, again, there could be a need to travel to your person, but I do see there needing to be some forward movement in this connection in order to get things going. But yeah, there needs to be definitely movement on someone's part. And here with the major arcana coin, we got the Justice, which is the scales, could be Libra, but yeah, I feel like right now things are getting balanced out. And if you guys are in a period of pause, that you guys are trying to balance yourselves in order to come into balance with one another. This time thing, I do feel like there is, this keeps repeating in these readings, but there's like this focus on time, or at least like, I don't know, like divine timing is definitely in play in this connection, but I just feel like maybe things feel like things have stalled because this battery's dead in this watch. So I feel like time has stalled, or at least feels like it's standing still, and there's like this need for movement within this connection. Okay, and the hands stopped at 110, so maybe January 10th is important, or October 1st might be important for some of you guys. I only got the feather here, and this is a pretty pointed feather. I just feel like the feather could really mean an omen from your ancestors here, and an omen to look at any areas that need healing, that might be overlooked, but you're healing any sort of family or lineage wounds that may have been passed down from generation to generation here. So your ancestors just want you to know that they are with you. Okay, so we got the palm tree, which speaks of stability. So I feel like you and your person have a pretty well-rooted connection here. I feel like you guys are fairly solid to one another. Like I feel like you guys have each other's back. I just feel like there's this healthiness, or this solid foundation that you and your person have built together, that can't be easily removed or tarnished or torn down. We have the sign here, one way. So I do feel like there is an option to be made, or has been made in this connection. We were seeing with the Two of Wands in reverse with the tarot that I feel like there really isn't, or at least the choice has kind of been removed. And I feel like with this coming up, there may be a choice to be made in the future in this connection that will dictate which way this connection goes. So this air balloon, this came out in one of the piles as well. I get hangman. I also get hangman from this state of limbo, this need for a higher perspective, to take a look at everything, to gain this perspective that allows us to move in the right direction in this connection. And I feel like there is a period of limbo. There's probably a pause right now in this connection where things aren't really moving forward because of a need for a higher perspective. And here we have the paper airplane, which speaks of travel again. So potentially there is some idea on traveling closer together or bringing you guys closer together. We have the initial D. So now we have FDW or DFW or whatever you want to use there with the letter D. Now we have this gold master, and I feel like I was really getting that from the second person. Like I just feel like your person is a gold star. Like I just feel like they have been ascending to their greatest potential, and I feel like they're really inspiring a whole lot of people to be the best that they can be. And I feel like your person is giving a lot of hope to a lot of people, and has probably provided you with a lot of hope and healing as well. You kind of see them as a mentor, or at least this person who's been shedding their healing energies with you and with a lot of people. And then we have this cute flower. So maybe flowers are significant to you and your person. Maybe you give them flowers. And then we have this little purple bear. This can speak of childhood, so maybe like we were seeing there with the childhood wounds needing to be addressed. Maybe somebody's still kind of hanging on to their traumas and might need to address their inner child and really take a look at their inner child. Okay, so yeah, this is what I have here for pile number 3. These have been really cool, very interesting. I love seeing energies coming in here. You know, the different subscribers, I could kind of pick up on energies from my subscribers, so it's kind of cool. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and leave a like or leave a comment, and go check out one of the other piles because I do feel like they are potentially interconnected. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.